The opening song from the first episode of Alien 9 right away introduced me to the strangeness of it. It was a memorable moment, where the uniqueness and quality of the song instantly made me realize that I was going to watch something very different from most other anime. At the time, I had no idea where this story was going to take me, and the disturbing nature of its content that is sometimes overt and sometimes subtle. The character designs of the anime deceived me. Nothing could have prepared me for the collective shock I'd receive, and the horrifying revelation at the end after I thought this series was done tormenting me. Alien 9 creator Hitoshi Tomizawa wanted to create something that would appeal to people with similar interests and who enjoy making use of their imaginations. The absence of men felt bizarre, though he said he chose a cast of girls because it would be easier for the viewers to empathize with them. Tomizawa was not involved with the anime. He wanted the staff to be creative and to not be shackled by the source material. The anime and manga have many differences, such as the anime being even more mysterious by omitting certain bits of information. The source material also looks more sexualized. I think the staff did great to insert their own interpretations of Alien 9 with their sometimes disturbing anime-only content. It's an interesting way to let the viewers theorize more by having them try to interpret their own interpretations of the manga. It's an added layer of storytelling that shows how well the staff understood the work. Some of this comes from Yuri's nightmares, Kasumi's visions about her brother leaving, and the vacation the girls took that was much more expanded upon. Yuri is clearly not cut out as a member of the alien party. Because the teacher wants to test out 3 girls for the competition she is in, she keeps forcing Yuri to try to make her better, like constantly cranking a bad lawnmower, hoping that eventually it works. She was made to fight a losing war, with no choice but to find a way to push forward and fight! What happened to humanity in Alien 9? It felt like they were being kept in an ignorant state. It felt as if the merged teachers with aliens were harvesting the humans and propping them up like science experiments. The girls don't know why they're really doing any of this. We're all kept in the dark. The girls conform to and blindly accept the role of alien fighters as a normal part of life. Whether they were good at capturing the aliens or not did not matter to the teachers. There is a complete disregard towards their mental well-being, especially in Yuri's case. The school was more like an experimentation lab, where it's a cage of kids. The best of them were not used to advance the human race, but for those of the teachers. The human race was being farmed, and yet no one really questioned it. The parents don't even know what is really happening. Humanity appeared to be in a horrifying position. There is something strange about the portrayal of men in Alien 9. Yuri's dad and Kasumi's brother were portrayed in this ominous-like manner, where you can't see their faces, or are from among the shadows. The boys who put on the alien hats were a scheme by the teacher to try to improve Yuri's poor performance. Their aliens seemed to have a drug-like effect on them that made them dependent and addicted to the point they lost meaning in their lives. One of the kids' names is Manabu Namiki, which to me looked like a reference to Kei's star video game composer of the same name. On the topic of music, the strange style in this anime reminded me constantly about Earthbound. I appreciate the oddness of the Alien 9 soundtrack. Its erratic, otherworldly compositions that feel inhuman do well to complement the types of emotions this story creates. It's an electronic, infantile sound that torments and disfigures itself with feelings of anxiety. Even in its calmer songs, there is an unsettling feeling towards many of them. This all ties into the emotional chaos of the trauma Yuri dealt with throughout the series. The situation does not seem to get any better for her. On the contrary, things seem to only get worse and worse. One unfortunate way I can relate to her is in how much bad luck I have. Sometimes I feel that bad things happen to me that only happen to me, The weirdest kind I can't find solutions to, whether it is falling down the stairs, or getting cut by alien debris, or falling in the ocean and swallowing salt water by accident. She also felt to me she had this unique type of bad luck surrounding her constantly. Her constant crying and refusal to go along with the alien party didn't mean to me that she is merely a crybaby and a coward. It's disturbing. The school staff don't seem to care about her feelings or mental well-being for as much as she begs and pleads to be allowed to get out of the alien party. She at least has her friends. Kumi would begin to develop feelings of friendship towards Yuri. Towards the end, it felt hinted that the feelings were romantic. In the scene where the girls were watching the fireworks, the viewer can see Yuri blushing when Kumi looked at her, shortly after Kumi's confession of friendship. Kasumi looks right at Kumi and smiles playfully, as if having figured it out and realized there could be something more going on here. Every time I rewatch Alien 9, I feel more and more uncomfortable about Kasumi's character. On the surface, she seemed as the ideal student, happy and motivated in her life, adorable and appearing to be pure and innocent. Then I started to notice things the more I watched it. Unlike Yuri, who is outright about her fragile feelings, Kasumi has a wall built up. She's constructed the facade of a flawlessly happy individual to cover up her pains about loneliness. Yellowknife showed how hurt she was about her brother leaving. One scene shows him fading over the ocean, getting closed off by her awards. To me, it showed how she was taking up all these educational subjects and competitions to fill in the void of her brother leaving her behind. She loved doing all these things because she had to. Sometimes the shell would begin to break, as was seen when she frantically demanded that Kumi not run away from Yuri, just as her brother had run away from her. It felt strange for me to see her character suddenly crumble like that at first. Though she becomes this powerful symbol for Kumi and Yuri, in the end, she became the strongest force against them, fuel to take them out by the fire of her traumatic emotions. Continuing about Kasumi, part of what makes Alien 9 uncomfortable to watch is that it makes disturbing implications that are not easy to talk about. It is about the disturbing hints towards the ancestral sexual abuse between her and her older brother.
Sayonara, Kasumi.
Every time I come back, I pick up on something new, from the weird preference of what perfumes Kasumi wears, Yellowknife piercing into her woman parts, and her odd and pleased reactions, the strange portrayal of her taking in Yellowknife's fluids and appearing to be all too obedient, the brother going overseas and Kasumi being told you can't visit now. Were they caught and he sent away for her protection? I find it odd she says nya a lot. If I take it farther, was he treating her as a pet? I think Kasumi is the most interesting and broken character in the series for me, that tells us people don't always want to show signs of abuse. The horrifying reality is that even the person that appears to be the most happiest and content can be the most broken and disturbed. I felt more unsettled with the attack Yuri was dealt with by the three boys. The manga revealed they were just having fun. What is this fun? To gang up on Yuri and to pierce her from behind with phallic objects, bringing her down into a traumatic state? The girls are constantly put in disturbing, uncompromising positions. The men are mostly portrayed as predators. Yuri was already traumatized from the start, fearing that she could get maimed, broken, crushed, wiped out. Alien 9's epilogue managed to painfully make me understand how Yuri really felt. The epilogue put me in her shoes. I felt left in the dark. I was confused, felt emotionally alienated in that moment from what was safely secured in my heart. I didn't know what was going on. I was scared and felt dread for the future. I think what the ending of Alien 9 does is that it really nails down the darker feelings of the series all at once on the viewer. This traumatic emotional climax became one of the most memorable moments for me. But that it had to be hurt this way and left scarred. In these feelings of anxiety, I related to Yuri again. The fears I carry about myself, my life, where I'm going. Can I overcome these, or will I crumble under them? Am I making myself look perfect and wearing a mask in front of everyone to hide how I really feel? As confident as may appear, as little as I gain, at times I feel I just can't take it anymore.